Hello, welcome or welcome back. Today we are going to go over my only 10 Oracle decks prompt response. So if you want to see my curated pick, I actually have more Oracle decks than tarots. This was harder than my other video, but I think I've got it. So if you want to check those out, let's just get into it now. So my first pick is the Iris Oracle, and I really want to call all of these decks special, so I'm going to have to pick a different descriptor. But this one really is very unique. I got this copy secondhand, and the previous owner actually edged it in this really wonderful green, which is fabulous. I probably would have done that myself otherwise, so I'm glad that they did. And this deck is unique in that it's colored pencil drawings, and I find it to be very emotional. It's quite deep, very unique keywords that you don't usually see. Alchemy perhaps isn't that unique, but cornucopia, shared tenderness, the all-knower, the mysterious mother, the one who needs to control. Like some of them are a little freaky. There's some like light body horror maybe. No one is yours but you. It definitely delivers tough love. There's justice. And I feel like I have a story with all of these. Make it look like the night, like just very unusual keywords that you don't see in any other deck, and I really love them. It's based on the creator's personal journey that she had, I believe, and it's just really evident that there was a lot of self-development there. Love grows love. It's really hard to put this one to words even. I feel like you really just need to like experience it for yourself, not to push this on anyone or anything. The sheep who wandered and found a different shepherd, the lonely journey of the priestess. Like it's just very introspective and again, just very deep emotionally. It's good for shadow work, I would say. And someone soon, that one makes me happy. There's also a ton of cards, which is great. It's like pretty much a full tarot deck. I think it might be exactly that. Um, what is hidden will be revealed. It's just a very unusual deck, very peculiar, very weird and wonderful. But I highly recommend if this piqued your curiosity, it will not disappoint. So that's the Iris Oracle. Next, I have these not in a preference order, but just in an order of like similarly flowing into the next one. So somewhat similar vibes in a certain way. The Reclaim Oracle is probably more popular. I think a lot of people have probably heard of this, but just in case you haven't, you're missing out. So I wanted to show this one because it has this awesome limited color palette of just black and pink. And it basically has like every emotion you could think of. So it's all emotions and it's great for shadow work. There definitely is some body horror as well, but you just get these prompts that you can meditate on and it can go really deep. It's like a deck that's clearly designed for journaling, very compatible for that. Or just a card a day kind of thing. It's definitely not like your average Oracle deck for a big reading, I don't think. I mean, maybe you could do like 3 cards or something. I mean, who am I to say? But it definitely gives very specific, like, small number of card pulls, and then like you sit deeply with it versus like pulling a ton or something. That's the vibe I get from it. Like grief, oh my god, like they're just so emotional to look at, a lot of them. So yeah, it's just really simple but evocative art. Loss, like there's grief and loss. Like there's a lot of really similar emotions in here, but they are separated and differentiated, and I think that's really cool. You don't usually get that with decks that have a lower number of cards, so that's something really awesome about having so many. Like we also have sadness, regret, there's lust and passion, blame, hate, perseverance, surrender. It's just really cool. I honestly haven't spent enough time with it. Resilience, attachment, rage, stillness. So just pretty much every state of being you can think of, which is really fun. Faith. I don't know. I'm not feeling very articulate today, but I hope that this is just clear in how awesome it is. But that's the Reclaim Oracle. Next, this deck is also on the rarer side, I think, although it is now mass market, which is really fantastic, but I do have the indie version. It's the Inner Child Oracle, and this is a collage deck. Comes with a couple of extra cards with spread ideas, which is always welcome. But this one is also very emotional. I really love the collage art. It's really powerful, I think, and this one has much longer descriptions on it compared to the mass market one, I believe. I think they sort of toned down how busy this part is for that, if I'm correct. But this deck is really cool. It's another great like daily draw. As you can see, you can do however many cards you want in a larger spread to answer questions, but I find that this like accentuates other decks really well. And I'm not going to read all of these aloud, but they're just some really beautiful images that are paired really well with the written descriptions. Like they really make sense together. It's not like random or anything. And they're really deep. I got this at it was like the perfect time for it to come into my life, and it really helped me like let go. I don't know, go on an adventure is so fun with the rainbows and the butterflies. You can do hard things. Disappointment is not the end is huge, 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 huge. This is giving like Klimt vibes, I feel. Speak to yourself with kindness. I'm so happy this went mass market. Become aware. Some of them were changed, so not all of the images are the same. This gives me like Princess Mononoke vibes. It's really fantastic. It is okay to be misunderstood. I knew there was like one more I was looking for. That one's huge too. But yeah, that's the Inner Child Oracle. I believe it's still on Etsy, or I guess you can get the mass market now, but I highly recommend for Inner Child work. I think, you could slap that name on any deck technically, but I do think like this really delivers, so highly recommend that as well. Next, I have the Kosmos Oracle deck, and this one is really special because they all are, but the thing about this is I love that it has every element, every chakra, every astrological sign. So you've got a lot of those, and then you also just have other words thrown in there as well. So it's like a really well-rounded, like here we go, here's Pisces. But then you also get Serenity. It does have a digital guidebook, so I did print it out and put it in this binder here. So just be aware of that if that's not something you're into. You don't have to print it, obviously, but yeah, it is digital. But you can print it like this, and it's functional, just large. But it's really just beautiful art. And again, I just really like the keywords. I think it's the art that speaks to me the most. Like, there's just something very like natural and peaceful to it. It just appeals to my personal aesthetic. I don't know if it's the color scheme or what else about the art style, but it's just got that like mystical vibe while still being grounded at the same time. It's like not too serious, not too light. There's even a shadow work card. Wonder how many times I'm going to say that in this video. Like the phrase, not that there's a specific card, but here we have like one of the chakra cards for the root right? Yes. And yeah, again, it's just like a really cool combination. Like we have the unknown, but also water, and also letting go, and also Leo. So it's just really fabulous. I will say there's probably not a ton of size diversity in the bodies. Great skin tone diversity, but there's kind of one similar body type, but I don't know. I love the colors. I think it's the color scheme. There's just something about it for me. I don't know. But yeah, I find this one really underrated. I think it combines with other decks really well. This card reminds me of my dog and also kind of like the Chariot card. Uh, but yeah, and then Equanimity. I love this card so much. Like just that word. I put it on my vision board this year, honestly. I think it's really cool and an underrated keyword. But yeah, that's the Cosmos Oracle. Highly recommend that one as well. Next is the Song of the Grandmother's Oracle. So I have this in order right now to make a video. It comes with some blank cards, which is cool, and also a spread card. But yeah, you can make your own. I have not felt bold enough to do that yet, but maybe maybe someday. But this deck is incredible, both in its art style, because I love Mari in the Sky, and also just the idea is really tremendous. So there are different suits, which is also really cool. It starts with self-love and then goes to harmony and growth, possibility, hello, service, and destruction. And there's 11 of each, so it's a big deck, which I love, and it's just a really cool combination. Like in destruction, you have things like volcano, but then you also have crystals like amethyst. You have like lots of different animals. You have the moon. You have earthquake. There's like silence. And they all have haikus on them, which is really like incredible as well that they were able to write them like that. And yeah, I think the art is just so stunning. Like I love the bright colors, and every card is just a phenomenal idea. I love the keyword that comes with each card name, like Grandmother Brooke, incredible. And for me, like grandmother energy isn't always something I've really been able to connect to in my life, so to have this deck like help me with that is really amazing. Like they didn't have to make it about grandma. They could have just put all of these things together, but I think making it about grandmother energy really just took this deck to the next level. Took it from what could have been kind of like just another oracle deck of natural phenomena and creatures and flora and fauna, etc., to something more spiritual in nature, I think. Like Grandmother Jasper, another crystal, it's so pretty. Lapis lazuli as well. Oh, so pretty. I could just stare at this deck all the time. I honestly don't even use it enough because I don't know, I just want to look at it. I really need to use it more, honestly. It's just so amazing. And there are certain things in this deck that I have like already seen as spiritual guides. in my life, so like to have it show up in here was like incredible for me and like sold me right away. um it's just so awesome. It really is. I don't even know what else to say. I feel like it speaks for itself. I would recommend this deck to anyone. It's just so gorgeous, but also incredibly deep, like lightning. Amazing. So that's the Song of the Grandmothers. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Maybe I'll edge it too. That would be fun. I'll think about that. That would be really pretty. But yeah, Song of the Grandmothers, 10 out of 10. Another really underrated deck that honestly could have been in my Hidden Gems video, the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle deck. This one is like also amazing art. Like it's like, I love that it's not AI because it like some of them are so like photorealistic. I feel like it could be, but it's not. And I think the keywords are just awesome, and so are the write-ups. It's very bright, very colorful, and I mean, I didn't have many like ocean decks before this, so it's just cool to have something that's like so focused on one biome, one sort of energy. And they're so fun. They're just like, this just always uplifts me, but also like deep as well. Replacing what was lost. Mutually beneficial venture. Like, it's like weirdly applicable to like all things in life. Childlike devotion, total submersion. They're all just fabulous and so well illustrated. I just can't believe that this deck doesn't get more attention than it does. Like, really. In the Light of the Moon. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh. It's like unreal. Getting that one on the full moon is always cool. But I feel like these are mostly upside down. Be insightful and established. Break through to new dimensions. Dancing in the Rainbow. Those are some of my favorite cards from this. Seeing both sides with the hammerhead shark. Like, if that doesn't explain how whimsical but also insightful this deck is, I don't know what does. That's like honestly hilarious to me. And like, look at this silly little fish, like with its teeth. Oh my god, it's so silly. And then like weirdly businessy, like setting up parameters. I don't know. It's just like goofy but serious and colorful but deep. Back on task. Adrift in shallow water, keeping it in check. It's just really, really fun. I feel like if you need like a pick-me-up, the fact that there are like multiple orca cards too is kind of amazing. Disengage from outcomes. But yeah, this is the Ocean Whispers. Such a fun time. So next I have the Green Glyphs Oracle, and you can see just from the box, it's already incredible. But I have the entire set, the entire Green Glyphs set that this came with. So like the Tarot, the Oracle, the Lenormand, and the Runic cards. I think this was the first deck. This is the first release I got from James Eads, but it turned me into a fan for sure. Check my Cerulean Sequence video for more from him. But first of all, gorgeous holographic. Second of all, teeny tiny size that fits in my hands so well. I love that. It's so comfortable to use, and like there's no sacrifice on the artistic front. You still get all the image that you need. And yeah, there's just really incredible holographic details on the cards as well. And I just think it's a really awesome collection of ideas. Let me just hold this up here. So feather, broken glass. There are just certain things that like already resonated with me a lot. There's some basic things like candle cat chair, but there's also gazebo and yesterday's coffee, ostrich, crystal ball, demons, playing cards that look like they could be like part of this. That'd be cool if you released like a set of playing cards that match these as well. Like Portal, which looks like every like secret garden fantasy I ever had when I was a kid. Wisteria, which is like maybe my favorite flower. I don't know. Just incredibly unique. Like look at the motion on the hummingbirds. I've honestly never really seen this deck talked about aside from like promotional things when it was first coming out. Dinosaur, like I feel like this is highly underrated. Like this is relevant to me for reasons. Um giant tooth, like I won't explain all the different things that are weirdly relevant to me, but mites is kind of gross. But drain, inoki. It came with like a larger image of this too, which was cool. Lantern. I won't show every single card, but my point is the runic dice that came in this set as well. Like, my point is that there's just nothing quite like this. Like this really is its own thing that no deck has ever replicated. Like it really, like there's the onion is sprouting. Like what? That's so unique too. Willow tree, like all these things that are like, yeah, just really relevant to me. And mantis, just a lot of things from growing up for me, essentially. Morning glory, like all the prettiest like plants and flowers. I don't know. It's just I'm calling every deck unique and special, but this really is an incredibly unusual and unique and singular collection of ideas. And with the holographic and the like really just delightful hand experience from being able to hold them so well, it's just a really special deck that I cherish a lot. So it had to be in my top 10. Yeah, love this one so much. The Green Glyphs Oracle. Next up, I have the Endless Oracle. This one is panoramic in nature, which is really cool. If I can get the box to chill. So by that, I mean you can put together the cards and they all can just look like one unending image because of the way that they're drawn. So it was just like such a fantastic idea. Obviously, they don't all like perfectly line up or anything, but the effect is there. And not only that, the ideas are really awesome. Like every pick was just so cool. I mean, I feel like I'm saying that about every single deck. It's kind of hard to do these and have like fresh things to say. Like, what a revelation. Like, I love my collection. But there's nothing quite like this because it's like it's got some like D&D kind of world vibes. There's like a bard card and castles, but like the gathering clouds. That's so unique. Birds, well, patron, wasteland, cohort. There's some bonus cards too. Observatory. So there's some that are more mundane and some that are more fantastical. Like there's definitely a unicorn card, a fairy ring, giants. The fallen hero. Like there's so many stories there. The dark figure kind of scares me, not gonna lie. Fortune teller is fun. There's the unicorn. Hello. And it's also obviously a very limited color palette, but like the splashes of yellow and red are really cool. The merchant, like it definitely feels like an RPG world. There's the bard. The mirror pool. I love it. It feels so magical. And then to like read about day-to-day things with something so magical is just a really interesting experience. The distant walled city, the revelry, the palace, goddess, healer, ones who came before. I always love any card that has that kind of thought. There's also the fawn, knight, tree, archway, mountain. You get the idea, but the Endless Oracle just has like endless possibilities of like the scene that you can create, and it has some really good spread ideas in the guidebook as well. And yeah, I just think it's awesome. I love all these different moons too. I never noticed how many there were. It's a lot of moons in the sky. But yeah, I like that it's all at night too. I think that's really unique as well, without it being like black backgrounds. Like there's still like a lot of color, but it does feel dim and like just everything that comes with nighttime. So yeah, that's the Endless Oracle. I love it so much. It's definitely in the top 10. Very fantastical. My penultimate pick is the Wild Unknown Alchemy Oracle. So probably another really popular one. But I had to include this because I find the study of alchemy really interesting, and this deck has like really helped with that. And I think it just has, it's kind of like the Cosmos Oracle in that it has like seasons and materials and the alchemical processes and just like different interesting sets of things. Let me get the guidebook actually. It has the cosmic forces, the colors, the seasons, materials, mysteries, and operations. And there's a lot of Latin in there as well. And it talks about the laboratory, and like I work in a laboratory, so yeah, just a really great guidebook that feels really relevant. But this one, I mean, there's nothing quite like this either. Like, it really is a great way to learn about alchemy, the chemical wedding, like different historical things that were relevant to that, regardless of, what you believe about it. These were relevant. Silver, Saturn, like I love that it has the planets too. So you just get really interesting combinations of energies, and like obviously the hexagonal pattern is really fun to work with. I mean, some people might find it annoying, but it is cool to put them next to each other. You can make like a cool network. We got Neptune, Pluto, yellowing, another one of the colors. The sun, number 1. So yeah, also darkening, breath and blood, and random materials like the new pearl and the process of coagulation. It also helps you brush up on your numerals because you need to count the things that are like over 50. Like this is 57. Androgen. Interesting. There's a lot of duality in a lot of the images. And yeah, they're just very poignant. Like vinegar, this absolutely feels like vinegar, Lead, and you learn a lot. The guidebook is very informative. So not only is this colorful, fun, interesting to look at, new concepts, like everyone's going to learn something from this. I don't care like how much you think you know about alchemy, there'll definitely be something new, and I love that about this. Winter, Great Serpent, like I don't even know, but it's a good time, and it goes well with other decks that feel like it could exist in the same universe, which I'm gonna bring one of those out next. But yeah, I just think it's so fun, and I honestly still haven't used it enough. I can't really get enough of this, honestly. You learn about like alchemical symbols as well, obviously. So yeah, The Wild Unknown Alchemy Oracle is very fun, and it's mass market, so easy to get. And yeah, I definitely recommend. It's a good time. Last but certainly not least, we have the Citadel Oracle deck. There's that holographic. So this one, I feel definitely there's archetypes in here that could use the materials from the last deck. I definitely feel like they belong in the same universe. So another very unique card style. Instead of hexagons, they're octagons, but like very specific shape. It has fun red edging. It comes that way. I didn't do that. And yeah, it has suits as well, which I really love. The suits are, I don't want to use my brain right now. So we have fire is the court cards, air is the academy, earth is the crowd, and water is the troop. So each archetype fits into that. And I love that there's like a map too. So it's sort of like each group is situated in a different area in this citadel. Like the amount of lore that was created for this is like spectacular. Like, and honestly it just makes me sad I didn't think of it. Like I'm like, how is this so original? Like ideas that, you know, exist already, but just made in such an amazing way. And like obviously the art is just unreal, as are the holographic details and the splashes of red with the black on white. Like it's so good. Like I don't know, this as soon as I saw this, I didn't get it right away. I held off for a while, but it like really lived in my head rent free. I was like, this is the coolest ish I've ever seen. And honestly, I want to spend so much more time with this deck too. There's so many stories there. There's actually like a D&D campaign that you can run that it comes with. I'm not sure if they all come with that or if it's just because I have the special edition. But also, the special edition also comes with another Oracle deck, the deck of emblems, and they go together really well. So that's fun. But I picked this because it is the pinnacle. This is honestly something you just need to experience for yourself as well. Like it's beyond words. I hope you can see all of the different things I'm not calling out. But yeah, the D&D campaign is called the Spy Master's Gambit. Really cool. But you can do some really cool spreads with this as well. Like it's another fantastical kind of deck that can like, that's funny, these are next to each other. Oh my gosh. So there's some duality there. That reminds me too, it actually came with a coin. So as you can tell, there's some really fun bonuses. But yeah, it has the open eye and the closed eye. So that's relevant. But yeah, it is deep, it's mysterious, it's a little scary. There's just so much lore that was created for this one deck, and it's amazing. Like they really just created their own little world. I don't know, I have another one of Fez Inkright's decks and I'm just so perpetually impressed by them. The twins, honestly, like basically, you know, I feel like a good rule of thumb is like if I haven't pulled every single card in the deck for myself, then I probably haven't used it enough. And I have not. There's cards I like totally need to sit with still. I love so many of these have like 2 hands, 2 rats, like a lot of mirror images. Some of them are unique, or some of them are singular, but a lot of them have like a certain duality. I love the amount of hands. I think it's just really striking. I've honestly like dreamed about hands before. I don't know. I love that the guide has a bell and keys. Yeah, it's just incredibly ornate and tells an amazing story. And yeah, I think it's just a really standout deck. There is nothing like this. It is so special. I should just call that the new S word. Special and then also interesting. Bane of tarot tubers existence, I feel like. But yeah, that is the Citadel Oracle. That's number 10. So I hope this was an entertaining video. I definitely did not feel my most articulate today, but hopefully I explained these decks well. Maybe I sold you on one. Maybe you knew all of them already, but if you did and you're still here, thank you. That's amazing. I hope maybe I provided a new perspective or something. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. I had fun. I hope you had fun. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.